everyone, and thank you so much for joining Willow North's What's in the News podcast. We are so very excited about today's episode, which is actually our season two. And what we're bringing to you in season two are actually conversations specifically around interpersonal communication, collaboration, also how do we have meetings more effectively. So a lot of really good information that's focused on tangible tools that will be most helpful for you. Today, I am super excited about our guest. Our topic is going to be around interpersonal communication in the workplace. Easy for me to say. And I'm really excited about our guest today because this is her specialty is around communication and how we interact with our bodies in that way. And so I'm really excited about learning from her and also you all learning from her as well. So today I have with us Kathryn Regganie, who is actually the president of Energy Pathways. She is a women's leadership coach and has done many things with women and facilitating programs and creating programs. I always love looking at her post and with her sharing the information. I can tell, Kathryn, the just excitement and energy that you have about helping and supporting women. Can you share just a little bit about your passion around interpersonal communication?
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much, Andor, for having me here today. I'm just so excited about our conversation. And I hope that we can bring some fantastic nuggets to everybody who's listening to this today. So, my passion as it comes to interpersonal relationships or communication is also starting with your intrapersonal
Mm.
relationship and communication. What makes me a little bit different from other leadership coaches is they talk about the emotional intelligence and things like that, is incredibly important, and I talk about that too. But what I notice is there's a lot of people who are not talking about that intrapersonal relationship. You know, what's happening on the inside to make us react and maybe communicate less effectively on the outside. So that's really what makes me different. And that's what I'm so passionate about because it's just not talked about enough.
Yes, you are so right. And it's so important. One of the things that we talk a lot about when I'm facilitating is how important it is to recognize what our body is telling us every single day, all the time. And our body tells us what we need to do. Kathryn, how did you get involved or get passionate about interpersonal communication?
Well, as a former corporate adrenaline junkie myself, I realized one day that I just couldn't keep going the way I had been going because corporate is very adrenaline fueled, and you just have to really speed up to get things done. But there was a time my nervous system was just on alert all the time, and I just felt like I was ready to explode. I was doing some really great work, and others thought I was just killing it. But on the inside, was not killing it. I was really suffering. I couldn't rest. I couldn't sleep. And sometimes I would get a little, shall we say, snippy
Yeah.
without really realizing it. Can you imagine that?
Right. Well, and that kind of connects to what we were just saying about obviously your body was telling you these things, and it sounds like you listened.
Exactly. Exactly. I just knew I couldn't live like that anymore because it got to the point where I couldn't even stand to be in my own body because I knew I wasn't being I normally is the happy person. I
Hmm.
was just not happy and I just knew I had to do something a little bit different. So it took a while, but I did find the world of energy healing, energy medicine. Some people may have heard of Reiki and things like that.
Yes. Yes.
And then I found a mentor really helped me with that. And then I just realized how much power we have just within this physical body that we just don't talk about today.
Absolutely. I don't think we talk about it enough because our bodies, well, first of all, there's so much that connects our minds with our bodies. I
Hmm.
was doing some research with the Olympians and just trying to understand, how do they do what they do? Like, it's so amazing. They are just amazing people. And some of the things that I found was they were saying that they have, by the time they get to this point of the Olympics, their body has done this 1,000 times. So their muscles, it's muscle memory. But the thing that they have to really think about is their mindset. What is their mindset when they're coming there? So it's kind of like connecting their body with their mindset. And I imagine that a lot of that has to happen in order to be most successful when we're listening to our bodies, is connecting our mindset to our physical bodies.
I totally agree with that. And I think it's really even a little bit more than just the mindset. It's awareness.
Yes.
What, how do I feel in this particular moment? Let's say, Andora, you and I are sitting at a meeting and Brian says something that really triggers me. And, my first reaction might be to say, hey, Brian, you're wrong, and get really defensive about it. But if I just become aware of, oh my gosh, I just got triggered and I'm
Mm,
really upset, and just take the moment to shut your mouth, take a deep breath, and just be curious. What was it that Brian said that made me respond that way? Was it because I feel like that's how my father used to treat me and I don't think that's right? Okay, so let's ground into that. And then you can use your body to say, is this something I even need to answer?
yeah.
Now we're going to the whole emotional intelligence realm of things, but if you can just really feel and be aware of that trigger sensation in your body, I mean, that's just
It is huge. And I love that you just said that about triggers, because I don't think we talk about triggers enough in the workplace. We tend to talk about it a lot in our training sessions. But I think it's important because we don't know what someone else has gone through. And a lot of times, personally, as an individual, the person may not know that what's happening to them is that they're being triggered. And so this is an important thing, Kathryn. What would you recommend someone to do in order to become more in tuned with their bodies, so that they can really think about in the moment? Because it's hard in the moment to go inside yourself and say, okay, what am I being triggered on? What kind of advice would you give to people in those situations in the workplace that can help them in the moment when they are
absolutely.
with triggers?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it actually just starts with being willing to be aware. So sometimes one of my favorite things to do, and this is outside of work, but when I wake up in the morning, I don't just jump out of bed. I just take a few minutes and sort of do a self diagnostic. Start with my toes or wherever. I'm like, okay, what does my body feel like right now? I'm relaxed. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm getting ready for my day. And this is how I feel. And then, if a thought pops into my head about, I don't know, what Brian said at the meeting yesterday, okay, that really triggered me. And how does that feel in my body? How does that feel in my body right now? And where am I feeling it in my body? Okay, so now that's a piece of information.
Mm,
And then if you just go deeper into that, what was it that Brian said? Was it how he said? Was it what he said? And just get really, really curious on what's going on there. And the more you practice that, the easier it gets. And then you can do it right then and there in the meeting, where you can just say, oh,
that deep
Brian,
breath is important.
tell me more. I understand your perspective.
So you took a deep breath. Talk to us about the
Mhm.
deep breath and how important breathing is when it comes
It's,
to our bodies and getting ourselves back to a neutral place.
yeah, I love it. Because for me, it's like a restart. On your computer, you've got a restart button. And for us, you can sit there and you can take a deep breath, and it can be as exaggerated as you want. I mean, you just saw how I did it. And if you have a little smile on your face, then if people need to know you're breathing, that's okay. But
Yeah.
what it does is if you, inhale and then exhale more slowly, it calms your body down. So it just calms you down. And then if you use your breath in more of a rhythmic pattern, like 4 counts inhale, 4 counts exhale, that's sort of the box breathing, that gets you in more coherence. And so that your brain and your heart start to engage with each other. And then you can have clearer, more calm conversations with yourself and with other people.
Yes, I love that. You mentioned earlier about interpersonal communication as well as just being in tune with yourself enough to be self-aware. What's the impact of that self-awareness when it comes to interpersonal communication?
Uh,
What's the impact of that?
well, I think it's really huge. I mean, we're in a society now where sort of the disconnection is the normal. We disconnect. We go to social media. We watch the news. We have a glass of wine or a beverage of choice in the evenings. We have our coffee. We have all of those areas of disconnection. But if we become aware of ourselves, of our physical beings and how we actually feel, there becomes that connection. And when you have that relationship with yourself, I mean, your
Mm,
body can tell you so much. I'll just give you an example for myself. I often get lower back issues. And sometimes it gets to the point where I'm just like, what are you telling me? But if you can just, you know, calm down, take that deep breath, and really focus in on that area of your body, you might get an answer. And it's not like it's going to write you a post-it note or it's going to sound like somebody's talking to you, although it might, but you might just get some sort of idea. You know what? Maybe I need to take a mental health day. Maybe I need to take this weekend for myself and cancel all my obligations and just go sit by the pool somewhere.
I love that idea. That always helps me.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. But, once you start creating that relationship with yourself and really connecting with yourself, it can even help you with decision making. If you're not sure, should I turn left or should I turn right?
Because you're being more in tune.
You're being in more in tune.
Wow.
And sometimes you'll just know, okay, I'm just going to turn left. It's going to be that easy. And then sometimes it's like, I just don't know. And if you can just sit quietly and breathe, either breath, the pattern breath of 4 in, 4 out, or the big inhale with the slow, slow exhale, you can just sort of tune into a decision point that you need to make and just allow the answers to come. It may not be one, but it might be several different options that you have to choose from that, and you can decide from there which is best for you.
So again, this is Kathryn Regganie, and she is the president of Energy Pathways. Kathryn, where can people find you if they wanted to get additional information?
They can find me at energy-pathways.com, or I have a really fun dragon woman quiz. And that's just a fun little quiz to find where your dragon power is and then how to leverage it. So that's a really
Awesome.
great way, dragon woman.
Awesome. I'm going to have to take that quiz.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Kathryn Regganie, thank you so much for this conversation today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of What's in the News. And we will continue our next week's conversation, also focused on communication and collaboration. Thank you so much, and we will see you soon.